Welcome to our live stream of high school sports. Please note that this broadcast is produced by an independent team of sports enthusiasts, and the views, opinions, and commentary expressed are solely those of the commentators and not representative of the schools, teams, or athletes featured. While we strive for accuracy, occasional errors or misstatements may occur. This stream is intended for entertainment and educational purposes only. Thank you for joining us and enjoy the show.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Hey, you ain't never seen nothing like this. Ain't no telling how it might get. It's the hypest right here. High school sports at its finest. So many highlights, you have to rewind it. Hey, Stream City, let me just remind you. The heart of a lion, the team full of fighters. So many stars on the field, it'll blind you. They're giving everything they got till the time's up. Yeah, legends in the making. History is made. We just getting started. You ain't seen a thing. YSN, gotta know the name. They gon' bring the flames. They gon' do their thing. Take it to another level, don't hold back. High school, got a passion and we show that. Got the drive and you know they got the heart. Number one spot for your high school sports. Let's go for the win. Hey.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to YSN Live for this Wednesday, the 6th of August, 2025. There is only one, so make it the best one you can possibly make it. DJ Yoakley, alongside the 8-time best-selling author of What List We Don't Know, also the king of women's sports and girls sports alike. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Ronald Hartwig. What's up, Ronald?
Feel weird clapping for myself, but that's
Uncle
what
Ron?
that's what we're doing today. I'm sitting here, I'm like clapping for myself. Okay. Oh man, it's a good Wednesday. Hump day.
Hump day. Yeah, it is a good Wednesday, and not too hot outside, not too cool. I mean, we're looking at it, folks. All you like, we hate this heat. Well, get ready because Mother Nature's about to turn her back on us very quickly. And you can download, or you can know what's coming if you download the Storm Tracker 21 app, because that thing is right on the screws.
A professional plug right there. Good
Every
job.
single, got it. Nailed it, as they say. We have another abysmal show for you today. Because, hey, we're trying real hard.
We have a lot of content. It's just people don't want the noon to 1 hour apparently in the last week. They want to do in the mornings or they want to do in evenings. So people are struggling to get that little window of hour between noon and 1. So there's a lot of content interviews going up, but it's just not happening live on the show.
Our day's coming, okay? People are going to want us and need us and love us once again at noon in about 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Whenever they're back in school, and I need something to do because I can't handle these kids anymore. Or
Exactly.
I can't handle class.
I need something to do on my lunch break.
Hey, coach, can I? YSN wants to talk to us, and the only time they can do it is 12 o'clock. So can you? If you want to talk to us, we're here. We're always here for you, whether it's 9 a.m., 9 p.m. A lot of times, that's like your witching hour, Anthony. That's
right. That's
when you're at your best. Your prime.
Stuff gets done at
9 p.m.
9
You're a legend at 9 p.m. You're sitting there. The world is sleeping, and Anthony Hartwig is just hammering it out. So I guess the best question, because there was no pre-production meeting today, we had it at 9 a.m. What do we want to talk about here?
Well, there is some news that I saw pop in about 2 hours ago, and it is Hubbard. Kevin Hogue, he got the principal job at Bloomfield High School. Congratulations on that. We love Hoagie, man. What a great dude. And hopefully he can persuade some people at Bloomfield to maybe become a member of the YSN family. We'd love to have them. They're a member of the NAC. We cover a lot of their conference opponents. So, maybe there's a door.
I read that completely wrong because I swore it said Brookfield, but I think
it's in Bloomfield. Yeah, Bloomfield, if I'm not mistaken, on the Hubbard.
This is why you can't trust our breaking news. Ever.
But the new AD at Hubbard is the football coach, Brian Hoffman. So congratulations on
Coach Hoff.
Coach
Nice job.
Hoff.
Well, what a guy, and what a pick for that. And that was probably one of those things like you just kind of like, okay, we need somebody quick that knows the rules, the roost a little bit. Let's go with Coach Hoffman. Let's go. I mean, it's one of those situations, and he's always been great to us. He's always been incredible to you ask any one of his players, and they would run through a brick wall for him. This thing that we're surrounded by, they would break it down for Coach. So excited to get to know him on a more personal level when it comes to the business side of things between YSN, the districts, and certainly the athletic department. So looking forward to that. Hoagie was one that was always in our corner.
Oh yeah.
And he was one that was always relatable when it came to these are the expectations for what we're looking to do. This is what, he's protecting his kids. We obviously we're on a mission to make it a better experience for everybody. And say what you want. I feel like this is an obituary. He's alive and well, I'll tell you that. But Kevin Hogue is he's one of the great ones. He's one that's always had our best interest in mind. Has asked tough questions in fairness to him. And sometimes he's got tough answers. And throughout the entire time, he's been, one of our biggest advocates. So Hoagie, we appreciate you. Certainly going to miss you from that aspect of things in the sports world, but man, I'm sure that, there's a lot of like ADs to principals going on right now.
Yeah.
Which I think
the
very
one
interesting.
principal to AD, shout out to Steve Rowan, going from the principal of South Range, now the AD at Mineral Ridge.
Which tells me that the athletic director position is more now seen as a true administrator than ever before.
Yeah. Oh, and I think the more that sports becomes, like a social media type thing, the more you kind of need an AD that isn't just like sitting around kicking his feet up all day and taking the money from your school.
Not that there's anybody out there that's doing that. We would never.
AD, in the back room of the basement of the school.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those, like, you can never find an AD. Those days are gone. Like, the AD is needed almost as much as like an emergency service, because sports has become such a business. I remember ADs back in my day. It was like, hey, who wanted to do this? It was the science teacher.
Yeah, like my science teacher was AD. So that's
it was a part-time gig. And now it's like you need full-time positions because there's so many sports, and you're talking about high school, middle school, elementary school now with their own athletic, programs. It's crazy. And I said this at COVID, and it's never been more true than it is today, even back then. That's not a position that I would want. Like, there would have to be a bag of cash sitting there on the desk with a welcome – DJ Yoakley signed for me to ever do an athletic director position at this point now. It is, and it's very thankless. But in a lot of those, and I'm not playing the victim here. In a lot of those ways, Anthony, we are athletic directors for 80 schools. It's wild. What a wild ride. But
thank the maker, we're not actually in charge of the schedules. That'd be
nope. We're like the grandparents of the relationship that, we love to be around and have the baby and, oh, look how cute. All right, time to go.
Baby spitting up. Okay, your turn.
Baby makes a poopy. Here we go. Back to you. Back to the parents. We'll see you later. Adios, amigo. We're having technical difficulties. We're out.
But then when add being an AD to also being a coach, like we're talking about Coach Hoffman, that's even tougher, right? Because you have to focus on your football team, but then all of a sudden you got to focus on demands of soccer and the demands of golf and volleyball, what those coaches need as well. It's not just you anymore.
Boy, oh boy, and what a world they live in, because you can never hide at that point. For example, you're a football coach and you're the athletic director. You're a moving target, because every single penny that you spend on that football team, there's other teams that are sitting there with their hands out and saying, well, you spent this on the football team.
Wait
this
a
isn't
minute.
right. This is a little bit of incest here.
Yeah.
And it's not, because and what I say is in 99%, again, statistics mean nothing. 99% of the situations in the state of Ohio, the football team pays for everybody else.
Yeah.
With the what they bring in. Now, there's a lot of people that'll sit there and they'll go, we don't have a football team. In that case, it's the basketball team, right?
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that if you're the one bringing in the money, you should get the lion's share of the revenue for whatever you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's capitalism, right?
Capitalism, right? But we're not living in that time, Anthony, because and I'm not knocking the people that, like, there's a fundraiser for literally everything right now. Everything. We're about to get a lot hotter on the stove of fundraisers for everything. And I get it, because everything costs money. But like, I've always been, okay, let's look around real quick. Umpires, right? If there's no umpires, there shouldn't be an umpire fee. If there's no, you need balls, you need equipment, you need, different things, tape. Athletic trainers now are huge. And I know there's, like, in East Palestine, we didn't have one for the longest time. And when I was in school, there wasn't even a thought. You had a paramedics sitting on the track. So if you got hurt, guess what? You're going in the bus.
There's the ambulance.
Now it's you have an athletic director or athletic trainer rather, which I think is very important. But sports is a heavy piece of revenue for schools now. And that's why, Andy will talk about it always. And I don't think that he's wrong in any capacity, because I think actually statistics do show that if you have a winning team in a particular election year, whether it be your football team, your volleyball team, your soccer, whatever it may be, if your teams are winning, it's a lot easier to pass levies than it is if your team is not. And that's, a lot of this stuff is kind of peek behind the curtain stuff. A lot of it makes, just common sense. But, school boards, superintendents are all like making sure, because sports is the ultimate revenue generator right now. Sports, whether you like it or not, is a huge business, and everybody is in on it. We are part of that business. You got us. But it's one of those things, like, there's an appreciation for pieces, right? Mm-hmm. Sports for us, it's a business, but it's cyclical, right? So, like, we generate hype, excitement, content, all that stuff, and other, eyes to generation. And that's why we are in a 99% avenue or advertising revenue generating company. Like, that's how we make our money.
Yep.
Other people, it's just, hey, we're like mouth guards. Like, Dick's Sporting Goods is not going out of business anytime soon, I can imagine. Like, they are them, and I guess there's a new one in I guess there's a bunch of them, but there's the only one that's really standing up to Dick's Sporting Goods around here is this new Academy Sports.
Oh yeah, the Academy. It started more in like when we go to the South, when we go to Atlanta or whatever to see family, academies were everywhere. So it might be trickling up towards us.
We got one coming in Boardman, so that Rally
House.
Rally House.
The only one that's not really a Dick's Sporting Goods. That's more like a memorabilia, apparel
fan stuff.
Yeah, fan stuff.
Which I like.
Big sports section. If you go to the mall,
that's a piece of the pie out of what Dick's does.
Yeah.
And then you have that's literally right next to Dick's Sporting Goods at Boardman now. Mm-hmm. And then you have Academy Sports, which I don't know where they are going. I know they're coming soon. I'm seeing the commercials, and that is quite literally everything else. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Dick's is one of those stores, like the you can buy almost everything you get at Dick's on Amazon or whatever, but they still survive, which I've always the branding for Dick's is really impressive, because it's almost like you feel like you have to go to the Dick's to get this, even though you really don't.
Well, here's the thing with Dick's Sporting Goods. You can buy a glove off, and this, man, do I wish that they would advertise with us. This is not an advertisement for Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm going to put that out there. But what I will tell you is, if you go buy a baseball glove, they break in your baseball glove that you buy.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon will not do that.
They'll package it and send it to you.
Here
Good
you
luck.
go, pal. It's on you. Go ahead and slather it in oil and put it in your stove
Right.
and burn your house down for all we care. Bats. You can go and test the bats at Dick's
Yes.
Sporting Goods in a batting cage. I mean, you can go. I mean, there's people. My dad was big into. You can always feel. You go to a store and you can feel what. I don't need it. Like shoes, I know Nike fits this way. I know Adidas fits this way. This is the shoe I need. I can get my shoes anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But it's such a huge thing at Dick's Sporting Goods. Because remember, before the online revolution happened, you'd go there and you could run the track.
Yeah, I like that.
With and it was neat because it was like, oh, okay, you can test it
try on
before
your
you
shoe
buy.
and then you can test it. Yeah.
Try before you buy, right? And then you get there and it was just like it wasn't real track. It was just
No,
like
it's just a little circle around their shoe department.
yeah, it was a giant sticker. And then you're like, wait a minute, I could do this in any store. But I think Dick's will continue to survive because now there's the House of Sport. And from as a guy that's sitting there looking at this from a business standpoint, the House of Sport's brilliant.
Mhm.
Because what's one thing in this entire country that is waning are malls.
Yeah.
Malls are dying.
Southern
left
Park
and
is
right.
in trouble.
Statistic, not that we like it, but it is a statistic that malls are I mean, roller coaster down.
Yeah, unless you're in Minneapolis and you're called Mall of America, you're going downhill.
I think everybody should call their mall Mall of America then. Like, let's go.
You better back that up though. You better put some roller coasters in there, some indoor theme parks.
Let eagles fly. But what I'm getting at is if I'm and I'm not the CEO or CMO or CFO of Dick's Sporting Goods, I'm looking at all these malls and I'm going, House of Sport, every single, buy them all. Don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like start, because they need that room. I mean, every storefront could be a different potential sport.
Whoa.
And, every sport can have their own like showcase. Like you can be kicking soccer goals with new shoes in one room and then go buy them in the next.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's absolutely perfect. Movie theaters for a while were that way. I think people are starting to come back to the movie. Not I. Most people are coming back to the movie theaters because they're not terrified of them, whether it be COVID or high ceilings or somewhere in between. But it's a situation where like sports is taking over and they're more mainstream now than they've ever been before. They're in everybody's face. I mean, I don't know if you just saw some of the breaking news in the last 24 to 36 hours with ESPN. I don't know what's going on at ESPN. I don't know where they got all this money because everybody's talking about ESPN being on the outs for the last 3 years. ESPN's going to die. ESPN's going to die. And they're dying a very slow death. They are spending money like they are Amazon. I mean, they bought the rights to the NFL Network.
Oh, yeah.
They got the Red Zone channel. They now have, and this is the interesting twist. It's $1 billion exchange, but in that exchange, 10% of ESPN as a whole is now belonging to the NFL. How is that not going to be a conflict of interest down there? And I don't care. Like, I don't care because guess what? If the ESPN's coming out with their own standalone app or platform, and I'm sitting there going, this is eerily familiar. This feels really, really familiar to something that we're living right now. And I know how this ends for that. I mean, if ESPN goes out of business, the NFL gets first dibs because they're 10% owner.
Right.
They're going to get first right of refusal, and ESPN or NFL is going to go, sure, we got it, because the NFL prints money more than anybody else. The NFL prints just absolutely cashola. Like,
Yep.
every single day. Whether it's in season or not, doesn't matter. Also, ESPN now is going to be in 2026, they are going to be the home to the pay-per-view. It's not really pay-per-view anymore. I forget what they go, PLEs for WWE. So WrestleMania is going to be on ESPN starting in 2026. Just like what they're getting.
That's big because I don't think ESPN really has ever had wrestling.
They've covered
This
it.
partnership.
Like, imagine me with a 10-foot stick. They kind of like, whenever Tyrese Halliburton shows up, hey, Tyrese Halliburton he's got a year worth of recovery, but he's showed up at SummerSlam. Like, that's a
Right.
headline on ESPN.
Right.
Now with TKO owning ESPN or owning WWE and UFC and other entities, they can pretty much write whatever they want.
Yep.
And now it's stuff you never thought of. And I can talk to a wrestling guy or gal for that matter, and kind of cut up all the. This is all new. This is all new, and obviously there's someone missing who's done this for a long, long time, and someone who is a more connected individual that understands what the next iteration is of professional wrestling and entertainment. My whole point of this, sports is not going anywhere. And you and I talk about it all the time, and Steve Leslie and Chris Ziegler. Now it's our job to take what they're doing up here and just go, come on down. It's crazy. I never in a million years. I mean, we started this in 2017. Essentially, this is our ninth. I mean, not essentially. It is our ninth season beginning. Starting on, is it next Saturday? This 2 Saturdays from now, right? We start our coverage with volleyball.
Yeah, 2 Saturdays from now.
So you look at that and you go, okay, we're more in on the East than ever before, and sports, to which when we started was not a big business. It was just a extracurricular. Now it's big business, and if you don't see that, if you're not eyes on, which is why I think, and I'm not plugging. I mean, we love our sponsors and we love our supporters. We always want more. I think it's why it's not hard anymore to say we have 13.5 million views in prime time every single year. This year we're going to hit 15 million. It's not hard to sell. There are entities to which most people glance at, watch regularly, otherwise, that cannot sell their high school stuff because they're worried about what's on Sundays, what's on Saturdays, which I get it. Everybody wants a piece of that, but we don't have to sell around game shows. We don't do it. We sell around sports, and people laughed at us, laughed at meetings, in their own meetings, which we heard, the echoes of. I don't think anybody's laughing now, and not just from our standpoint. You look at what ESPN was on its deathbed.
Yep.
And now they're stronger than ever. Just a year later. I mean, they were firing everybody. Everybody. They were bleeding money.
Yeah.
And just like that, they're back and they're better than ever, man.
Mickey Mouse came in with a defibrillator and said, "We got you."
I don't think Mickey Mouse had anything. I'm being dead serious. The more I look at this, I don't think Mickey Mouse wants them anymore. I think they're like, hey, you go do your own thing. Like, we're going to sell you. I think that's what happens. And I think the NFL is just sitting there like, come
Please
on,
don't.
Mickey.
Sell, go, Mickey, go, Mickey, go. MIC, KUI.
Yeah. This whole thing is really interesting to me, and the business of sports, especially in the youth and high school. Like you have entities that talk a big game about, we don't take any money. These our officials don't make any money, and they have their hand out now. And now they're saying, well, if you're making money, we should be making money too, which I guess is fair. But at the same time, the opposite end of that stick is, you look around, if you're the entity that's making money that's been covering for basically nothing, you look around and you go, okay, if I drop this stick, who's going to pick it up?
Kind of like
for us, we are volume, right? Production is not one of our greatest strengths, and I don't think I'm breaking any news here, but it's the entertainment value and it's the volume that we bring to the region that makes us successful. We get the most eyes on the most games, the most days.
Oh, by
End
far.
of story. But there are entities that, hey, we're going to do this game and we're going to do it with 6 cameras. Okay. We're just positioning resources in different places. They want it here at one spot. They're going all in on that one game.
Yep.
And we're going here and 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 here, all that, right?
And I think that's the benefit of the one being their TV schedule. They have the one area they can fill, and we're streaming, so we can be everywhere at once. So like if we had a TV, like, hey, you only have 7 to 10 on one channel, we would allocate everything to one game too. But we're streaming, so we don't have that parameter where we can only fit one game into this one channel, 7 to 10 o'clock.
No, and we don't bend the knee to time constraints,
right?
With which we never have, we never will, and I think that's what actually kind of biffs up the whole process for television. And I'll be honest with you, I think TV. They say video killed the radio star. I think streaming is murdering in cold blood television. And I think we're seeing that in real time. And when people still ask us what streaming is, I'm like, okay, you're really behind the 8 ball. And not like in an offensive way, but like if TV's just got up and left.
You're like that person that was in the 90s still asking what TV is.
There was a particular individual years ago that said that we were stupid because radio still ruled the roost. I mean, we've talked to this individual a lot, and they've tried to make comeback after comeback after comeback on the radio, and it's dead. Like it's gone. It's gone because the radio, you still have to do X, Y, and Z. I will tell you, one of the biggest advocates of radio is the OHSAA.
Yeah.
And we've talked to Tim Street. It's silly. And I tell him right to his face, point blank, radio has zero reach. There's radio stations that I believe if I lit a candle right now and we produced how much wattage it has, probably out generates a radio station after dark. And yet they have this power because, well, they have call letters. Well, that's because you're 70 years old and your board doesn't understand essentially that there's more reach in what streaming does. Literally anybody in the world. And we are sitting there and watching people from.
Let's pull up the numbers. Let's pull up the global numbers.
It's silly. I mean, for the rest of my life, if nothing else happens, I will always be honored and supremely humbled to say that there are people serving in our military overseas watching YSN because their nephew or niece is on YSN. You know how I feel about our country and specifically about our military. And if we can bring that to someone who is serving and protecting our asses, let's just say it, okay, I'll do it for free because that is what it's about. Now, grandma and grandpa, that's great too. But when you're talking about people that are protecting our freedoms, our rights, and they're putting their own on the line, there is nothing better. But we're being told this isn't as good as WNBC. I don't know how many people are going to get that reference, but I that's when I started. Okay, these people, they don't get it. They don't understand it.
Nope.
They don't understand it. We got comments here. What do we got? Jimmy Power says, you guys are the best. You're the best, James. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget. This is actually just thrown together. You and I have not talked about this at all.
Yeah, this is us at our weakest. So if you think this is fun, just wait for 3 weeks.
This is abysmal.
This is like
Somebody's
YSN
getting a kick out of
Live.
this.
This is YSN Live late. You know,
This is diet
diet
YSN.
zero.
We are dying on the mic right now. Is what's happening. But I'm tap dancing, baby. Look at
Let's do.
Look at the clown. Look
Like
at the
that
clown.
frog in the old cartoons. Hello, my baby. Hello, my
I feel
darling.
like I'm the guy with the unicycle that's keeping up the plates. That's what I feel like right now. That's all right though. But I mean, we went from one to the next to the next. I mean, we went on a tangent, like down a rabbit hole. But I guess the biggest thing is like people need to understand that sports is a huge business, and understanding, you know what? I have something I definitely want to talk about. Let me finish this thought. It just hit me like a bolt of lightning. Oh, we got a good one. We got a good one. It happened a couple of days ago, and we haven't talked about it. I posted it on social media. Anyway, back to my sports is a business. End of story. Being that sports is a business, how about Crestview? Did you see what they did? Kids
No. Oh yeah,
that are enrolled in
yeah,
Crestview
Yep.
from kindergarten all the way through 12
Mm-hmm.
that are enrolled students no longer have to pay to go to activities. to
Finally,
sports events.
someone did it. I mean, like,
Wow. Crestview figured it out. They figured it out. I don't know whose idea this was. I don't know who was brave enough to say, ladies and gentlemen, let's put down our swords for a minute. Let's get our kids back in the stands.
yeah.
Let's start building that foundation. Let's not worry about if they can cover a $3 ticket. Let's just get them in the stands. Because guess what? This is a dramatization. I don't know if this actually happened. If you put them in the stands, there's a good chance that they end up wanting to be part of the community. They want to be part of a team. They want to partake in our activities. This is I don't want to be extreme here. This might be the greatest idea and solution that a school has had since YSN has been around. Circle it. If this is a copycat conference thing, everybody needs to do this. Now, that's for your kids. There is a benefit to coming to your school is that you don't have to pay to go to your athletic events.
Right.
Parents still have to pay. That's fair.
Yeah.
Absolutely fair. But hey, little Johnny who busts his tail, who wants to be a rebel or whatever that may be, no, you don't want to worry about it, man. You just come in. Yeah. Enjoy. We want you to be out there someday. That's incredible, Anthony. That is, nobody's talking about this. Not one other media entity has looked at this and circled this and said, this is a story. Crestview does this, just puts it out there. Casey Bogert puts it out on the Crestview social media pages, which I think is brilliant. Look what we have. And guess what? We hope everybody follows our lead. But they will always be the leader, the trailblazer.
They're rebelling against the culture again. Those rebels.
It's genius. It's genius. And I sit there and I know that a lot of people are sitting there and we're looking at the red versus the black, right? Are we in the red this year or are we in the black? I don't think it matters at this point because I think long term, if we're playing long game right now, that athletic department, that school board, Dan Hill, the superintendent, are going to be looked at as geniuses in 5 to 10 years. Because in 5 years, those kindergartners are going to be fifth graders. They're going to be, hey, we have to go to the game. There's a perceived benefit that they're getting, whether it's a $3 ticket, $5, whatever it may be. Like, we're going to get our money's worth.
Yeah,
and now it's not costing the parents as much. I
kids that are I think they went all the way to middle school, 8th grade. You still have to bring your parents, so they still have to come to the game, but now you don't have to pay for your kid to get in. So maybe there's more incentive for the family to come, which is still tickets that you can sell for the sporting event.
But now you're looking at half cost.
Yeah.
Right? And that's – you're going to go somewhere. I mean, it's what, $5 to get in, something like that?
Yeah.
I forget what it was, $125 for a season pass.
Which is not bad at all
No.
if you go to every game.
Yeah. And most parents have a kid in 7th grade and a kid in 4th grade or 5th grade, whatever it may be. And you're going to get there where, you know, especially if you got a boy and a girl. Like, you're going to be at just face the facts. You're going to be pretty much at every game.
Yep, there it is.
But I think this is I wish this, hey, here we go. Here's our plea. President Trump, make this across the board. Across the board. K through 12, students should not have to pay to go to their home games. I think that's brilliant. That was one of the gutsiest moves I've ever seen. Gutsiest moves you want to talk about executive orders. That's what it should be. You want to get kids healthy again? Put money back in the parents' pocket. They're going to say, hey, go to the game. Go to the game. Because guess what? They go to the game. What's going to happen? They're going to spend $3 on a hot dog, $3 on chips. Like, all of a sudden, you got that money back.
You see Crestview make it free to get in, but then they jack up the concession prices. We
don't know. Allegedly, we don't know that. Anthony's not a businessman. Crestview's not doing that.
It would be if it was anything but a high school, it'd be smart business. But the high school's not going to do that.
No, they have great prices.
And as Mr. B says, the finest concession stand in all the land.
You are really trying to get me in trouble today, aren't you? You just tap dancing on that line. That same line that I was on with Wi-Fi yesterday. You were just hammering it down. No, I think that's brilliant. Your thought, I mean, your take on this. What's the benefits? Do you see any cons to this? Do you see any downfall from what they're trying to do, which is getting more of their students in the stands?
You know, off the top of my head, I can't. I mean, I think the reason it hasn't happened, there's that fear, like you said, are we losing money now if we just let people in for free? But I don't think because like you said, you pay to go to the school anyway. So it's not like those kids are losing money. It's just kind of in their school payment. Because we pay to go here, you know, we should be able to get into home games free. I think the student sections are going to be a lot better. Student sections, especially in non-football sports, have been down. And I think they're going to get back up. I think now there's a lot easier for a kid to decide on a Tuesday or on a Friday, I'm going to go to the game. It's free. I want something to do. And they'll go to the game.
That's an interesting point. I think one of the problems with that has been there's so many activities going on, right? So football team, let's say, because I've seen this firsthand. Football team finishes practice and they want to go to the volleyball game, but they're already, let's say, 2 sets in. And Crestview has 2 sets to their name.
Right.
They still have to. They would essentially, and I don't know if this is what they do. They would essentially still have to pay full price to walk through that door. To which then you're like, well, I'm only getting, 15 minutes for $5 or whatever it may be, just pulling a number out of the air. Now it's, we're gonna go over there. because you don't have to, like, you're walking in. Do you go here? Yeah. Okay. Come on in.
Yeah. I wonder how many kids are going to put on a Crestview shirt. I go here.
Hey, but if you put that Crestview shirt on, you're not only supporting Crestview, but you're contributing to the almighty marketing plan. So, like, you're paying $15 or $20 for that Crestview shirt. All right, we'll let you in. Gotcha.
Gotcha.
I just think for so many reasons, I don't see any cons to this. Like, the only con you can say is, okay, well, we're going to take a hit. But I don't think there was enough students going to the games in the first place that you're going to see that upside down.
And you're gonna like you said, concession stands, you might make it up in that alone.
Concession stands, parents, I mean, you're going to look at your wallet differently because you're used to spending, let's say it's $5 a person, and that's probably low, right? $5 a person, you've got a family of 4, you're out $20. So you're going to look in your wallet, and you're right away you're going to see a $10 bill there that usually isn't.
Yep.
And most people are going to go, well, $10, huh? 50-50. See if I can double this up. See if I can. It's just how it goes, right? It's just how it goes. If you have money, you're probably going to spend money or invest money. And I think it's a very, very smart thing for Crestview to do. I want to see everybody do it. I don't want to see anybody sit there and go, we thought of this. Crestview.
You might have thought of it, but you didn't pull the trigger.
That's it.
Thought without action is worthless.
Oh, look at you. Puffy chest. What else we got here? Jimmy Powers. He is commenting machine right now.
There are no cons.
I don't think there's cons either. The only con that I see is potentially the kids that did show up. You take that money but it's almost like Jenga, right? Okay, we're taking this out here, but we know it's going right back in.
Right.
Whoever's the business person that came up with this idea inside those 4 walls that were black and gold. I mean, this isn't even an exaggeration. That is incredible. That is so smart. And I can't believe we didn't talk about this Monday or Tuesday. It hit me. Lightning.
You know that there's not other, like, this is not the first person that brought this idea up, but the first school that said, yeah, we'll do it. I want to know what the pushback was. It's probably business stuff. It's probably where they're going to lose money. But, like, what else could you say? No, we're not going to let students in free. It's not good for us. Like, we just solved the money issue in 2 minutes. So, like, why is it taking so long for schools to be like, this is a good idea?
Well, we're not going to say we solved it because you have to put it into action. We have no power to solve it. We can sit here and talk about it and look like a couple of idiots because there's probably somebody going, hey, Jackwad. And they're like, you with talking heads, you're always going to get.
Here's the.
See, it comes down to economics. See, and you guys don't know anything. I mean, it's always easy for us because we have opinions and we can say, hey, we think you should do this. And then there's no reality to it, other than our business. And we go, well, A plus B equals C. I don't know. And you don't know. There's so many different schools and districts have so many different things that they have to balance and maneuver and obstacles. And boy. But when you have big wins like this, I for the life of me, I can't figure out why the news stations, and listen, we're a media entity as well. So I can sit there and point the finger right back at us because we don't do everything that we're supposed to do. We've talked about that. But this is a big deal.
Yeah.
This is a huge deal that this is happening. I am really interested to see what school goes, you got it right, Crestview, and we're following in your footsteps. What school's not afraid to not be the leader? What school is not afraid? What district is unafraid to be the follower and just reap the benefits. If I'm the commissioner, specifically in one conference that is ruled by superintendents, this is the biggest idea you've had since that league was formed. Easily. Because it's a real problem. Now, one of my friends has said, this is a great start. Now let's talk about getting the other side of the bleachers filled. There is a zero control factor that districts have when it comes to bringing in other schools, other teams.
Right.
You just don't have control. So it goes back to control what you can control. There's no control there, Ann. Like you don't have you don't have the capital to do bobblehead nights, and bring people in. You don't have, you can't give away, they're not going to want towels from the other team. You could do rally towels. You can do the balloon things. What are the hammer sticks or whatever?
Thunder sticks.
Thunder sticks. But a team that is coming in, they're not going to want your thunder sticks because they're in your school colors. They're going to be like, no thanks. So you're in a no way. You just got to bring in the most of your community that you can. And this is where the laziness, and I mean this with all due respect, the laziness comes in that over the last 8 years, people sit there and they point at us and they wag their finger at us and they say, you're the one keeping people from going to our games. Nope. Nope. Sorry about it. We're not keeping anybody from going to your games. Well, they can watch you instead of coming through our turnstiles. They can, with all due respect to everything that we do, have you ever watched one of our broadcasts that is one camera operation? I don't know if I would. The owner, CEO and founder of this company, I don't know that I would ever not go to a game because I could watch it on YSN.
Right.
And I'm just being dead honest with you. If there's a big game happening, I'm going to it. Just so happens I can broadcast it. So there's a little bit of an out, and we're caught up in the matrix there. But it's one of those situations where I've showed up to different places that I'm not broadcasting. I'm like, I just want to be here. Like, you want the atmosphere. Mother Nature keeps people from going to games, and they just tune into YSN because they don't want to miss it. So if you're going to hang your hat on that argument, they still were not coming. They were sorry about your luck. You just, instead of your kids being seen and your district being promoted, they just don't care. They'll go watch the Cosby Show on Nick at Night. Like, I don't know what the statistics do not favor anybody that say that we're keeping people from going to games. That's the biggest.
Mother Nature, distance.
What? Wait. What was the last one?
Distance traveled. Like, if you're not gonna,
Interesting. Did you happen to catch? I went on a tangent yesterday. Never got to finish my thought. Coach Auer said something about distance yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you catch that one?
Yeah, I did.
Huh.
They are by far the
she,
furthest team away from people in that MVAC grade tier.
I don't think that she meant it as a slight. I think it is an actual concern for so many coaches, so many players, so many parents. We have a real problem here. A real problem of we're not going to play them because open enrollment or they beat us. Or I know the business side of it. I get it. I 100% understand the open enrollment. We've gone over this. That dead horse is gone. Like we whooped it.
We can't even beat it anymore. It's just gone.
I mean, it's way gone. It's glue at this point. But I will tell you this. I will always stand by it has nothing to do with business and everything to do with grudges. They took something that you wanted, so you're going to take your ball and go home. What are we teaching? And that's what we have to understand is administrators at every single level have to teach and lead by example. And we don't have the luxury of one Division I football team in our coverage area. Not one. Zero. Think of the biggest school right now in our area and understand that they are D2 or below. And yet we are going to sit with the school size, the class size that we have, and we're going to run from teams that are in our own backyard because something happened that you didn't like.
Right.
Can you imagine if that's the way the world actually worked?
Sometimes it is, which is sad.
It's terrible. But imagine that, especially in the world of sports, because again, sports is a business. The gate that you're losing out on, because everybody wants to talk about who's at the game and who's not at the game. Well, if you're not playing the game, you'll never know. So you'd rather play a team that is 40 miles away from you in your conference than play a team that is a mile and a half down the road because they got Susie and we didn't get one of theirs. Does that not sound silly to you? Capitalism to me is the best thing that this country has. You can agree with me or disagree. But what capitalism does is it forces you to look at yourself in the mirror in whatever business entity or social entity that you have. And you go, okay, I lost. How do I make my product, my service, myself better so that people like me more or people want to be with us or use our product service over that other person's? And very, very frankly, there is a lack of accountability in this just country as a whole, and the microcosm that it has been in sports and covering sports is absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. I don't like that you're not playing my son at shortstop. I'm going to a different team. Hey, your son's batting 184 and struck out 17 times. I don't want to say he stinks, but if the shoe fits, Cinderella, has nothing to do with hey, get better. We had to move you because X, Y, Z. Sports shouldn't be a reason you move to a school. It shouldn't be. Academics is number one. Number one. Hands down, by far. Academics. Sports is down on the list. And are there people that do it because of sports? Come on, Ant. We know that answer.
Oh, yeah.
We know that answer. And we're not saying they're right or wrong because they've got to make their own decisions. But what I'm telling you is there's a lot more people that are sitting there from the administration standpoint saying, well, they took all our kids, so we're not playing ball anymore. That's not the solution, folks. If they don't want to be part of your team, go kick their ass on the field.
Don't play them.
Yeah.
Show them the grass is greener.
Yeah. That kid didn't want to be part of us. Guess what? You're going to learn today.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? We're gonna make our team better because, and guess what? You want to come back? We'll have you back, no problem. But you're starting at the bottom of the ladder, right? We don't do that anymore. We just pretend like they don't exist. Walls down or walls up, whichever way you want to go. It's crazy to me. Absolutely ludicrous to me. In a world where we're supposed to be competing and competitive, we run from competition. Is that silly? Is that the silliest thing you've ever heard?
Sports is supposed to be like the one, if there's any part of life where you're supposed to hit people that you don't like head on, it should be sports, because it's a way you can be confrontational without with that barrier of, I'm not actually going to hurt you. Like, I'm not trying to physically harm you in a way, because it's just a sport. It's the one barrier in life where you can say, this person wronged me, or I don't like this person. I can go compete against them and take that. That's why they say, go take your anger out on the field, right? That's why that's a cliche. It's a sports cliche, because it should be an avenue where you can take someone that you don't like, or take someone that made a decision that you don't like, and you can go in, you go after them. It's a sport. It's not like you're going to their house, breaking in and kicking their dog because they
Don't do that.
Don't do that. But
Disclaimer.
if they play baseball on the team that you play, go 3 for 3 on them and bat flip. Instead.
Don't hit him in the head.
No.
Don't pitch at him. But I mean, I still fail to understand this. And there's going to be people that'll send messages later. You're a hypocrite. Okay. I put my kid in a position where we open enrolled him in kindergarten.
Yeah, that's definitely a sport move.
If you think that this is about sports, if you think that what we're trying to do in the Yoakley house is based around sports, you're off. Now, I value sports, but I will tell you the same thing that I've told everybody else. Andy and I had the greatest conversation. Andy Hake and I had the greatest conversation about this. People think because I value sports that I'm pushing my kids and it has to be our way or the highway. That's not the way it is. Like, if my kid is obsessed with dinosaurs, I let him play with dinosaurs. Like, if he decides tomorrow that, hey, I'm not going to play sports anymore, that's on him. Sports are my love. That's my dream, not his, not hers. And I think the biggest thing is parents are obsessed with, I've got to have the great. There's nothing problematic with wanting your kid to be the best at what they do. I think that's what every parent wants, right? And I'm still learning on this parent thing, and I will be for the next 15 years. But what I'm going to tell you is, like, we chose, it was a business decision for us, and it's one that like we have to pay for. You know, like I get it from every different angle. I get it that, you know, I cater to a school too much because my kids go there, or because of what they did for my business, or because it was just a choice we made. Has nothing to do with this school was better than another school or wasn't as good as the school that. No, it has to do with, this is where we felt like we were home. That's where we felt like that's where it was. And more importantly, it's where he felt at home. And we have a great community surrounding our family that they go, hey, we'd love for you to be one of us. We have the same values and principles and things that you do. Not that there aren't people that in our community where we live that don't. It's just, it was the right decision for us at the time and continues to be the right decision. And, you know, the grass is always greener. Yes. But also there's always those brown spots in your yard, right? That you're like, oh boy, if we were here, it wouldn't be like that. It goes in your mind. And it is a business. And it is capitalism. And I think everybody should have the right to go to wherever school. And now they do. But my biggest thing is prove them wrong. Right? Let them know. Isn't that what the Cavs say? Isn't that what everybody says? Let them know. Like, that's the big tagline now.
Let a naysayer know.
Let's not go down that one. Let's not go.
That is not what I thought. One of the best game day clips ever.
We're not going to go down that avenue. Anthony, thank you very much. Appreciate you. You are really trying to get me some nasty emails coming in today, huh? Appreciate it. I don't have enough work on a Wednesday night.
I didn't think you did, so here you go.
So that's it for our show, really. That's our slot. Thanks. Hey, we solved the world's problems today. I feel like
let's go.
Feel pretty good about it. If you're wanting to sue us, by the way, just know that there's a disclaimer at the beginning of this video. And before you send me an email, I believe it's ahartwig01 at gmail.com.
.ysn at gmail.
Of course, we're connected at the hip now.
Mhm.
So, no, in all seriousness, we appreciate you. And we did have interviews for this show today. They just didn't show up.
They just didn't show up.
You'll have that. Such is life. Real quick, it's our Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark, presented by Joe Dickey Electric. They are everything electrical. You can visit them on the web 24/7, 365 at DickeyElectric.com. Ronnie, what's your spark?
More breaking news today that we just didn't, we were talking so much, we ranted, couldn't bring up, but we're going to bring up it for the Spark. That's what the Spark's for. Anything that we didn't get to, we can get to at the end of the show. Leah Figueroa from Canfield has committed B1 to St. Bonaventure to be a Bonnie. So congratulations to Figgy.
What's up, Figgy?
Let's go. So join
That's huge.
Leah Bocherry, Anna Bocherry from Poland. They're both going to St. Bonaventure. So
And
fun.
There was another Poland presence there.
Yeah, Abby Farber was there, and Brooke Bobby had a career there. So there's been St. Bonaventure is starting to make Youngstown, Ohio, their little minor league system in softball.
We're gonna have to start calling it Boland instead of Poland, because Bonnie and Poland. Yeah. Swing and a miss. Mine is going to be a shout out to, I know we've talked about him already a couple times this week, Greg McAfee, who is joining our ranks. So thankful to have him. I think he's going to do a lot of good for us, including featured stories, being on our Thursday night show, as well as he is going to be doing some digital stuff for us, from the way of making some clips, not highlights. We're going to leave it at clips of shows and exciting stuff and other things of that nature. So we have another exciting member that's joining the team very soon that I'm excited to sit down with and iron out the details. But buddy, we're turning into something. I'm excited. We're cooking. We're in the kitchen.
Probably won't be clipped.
Please don't clip it.
No clips of this episode.
This episode might go directly in the garbage. You may never see this episode again. And I feel like we say that a lot. For this episode of Hot Garbage, a.k.a. the YSN Live podcast, my name is DJ Yoakley, and as always, joined by Anthony Ronald Hartwig. On behalf of all of us, we thank you, our sponsors, our supporters, our fans, our loyal viewers. We hope that if you didn't agree with us, that you'll comment in the comment section. If you did, we hope you comment too and support what we're trying to talk about. We're not always right, but we're always here. For Anthony, I am DJ. Don't make that our slogan. That sucks. That's terrible. You break that down. That stinks. Anthony, may the sports be with you, pal.
And you, my friend.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of Your Sports Network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.